open up your heart to the idea that there's something for you. There's something that's meant for you, and only you, probably, because we're all unique people with crazy stuff happening in our lives outside of this business. And it's up to you to just say, you know what? I'm going to be ready, I'm going to be present, and I'm going to get the nugget that I need to go back and transform my life. Okay? So I want to talk about that for a minute. I want to talk about how to transform your life. I want to talk about, I want to piggyback on something Lawrence just said a minute ago. Okay? One of the biggest transformations you're going to have is learning how to appreciate and leverage the small victories. Okay? Appreciate and leverage the small victories. A lot of times people will look at somebody like a Lawrence Tam or a Chuck Marshall, or any Layla Black. They'll look at somebody like that and go, well, geez, you know, they're making like $60,000 in a month or something. It's so unrelatable to the average person. But it's so inspiring, though. Don't get me wrong. You love hearing it. It's exciting to know that that's possible. But what happens is a lot of times we look at the small victories as we don't look at them as accomplishments. We don't look at them as we don't appreciate them as much because you're comparing them to the big victories, right? And what you don't realize is that those big victories are a combination of many small victories, right? You don't just wake up one morning with a big victorious celebration. It's a lot of small achievements and milestones along the way to get there. I was just as ecstatic about my first $25 commission in this business as I was about my first $20,000 month, right? By the time I got to my first $20,000 month, I was a different person in a different place. But it was the same excitement as when I enrolled my first person, when I got my first few people started. In fact, I would almost say, looking back, it was more exciting for me to have those first few small victories. Because it was like, hey, this could work. Just the theory of it working, and I joined, and then it actually started working. Those small victories. So let's do a quick little, in your mind, a quick little assignment on a small victory. Let's talk about money. Money is generally the main primary reason why people get involved in, you know, these type of businesses. Home-based businesses, on a second business on the top of a job, or go online and look for an opportunity. It's usually always money, like 90% of the time. But it's never money. It's never, ever money. So how am I contradicting myself? You see, nobody wants just a pile of green pieces of paper stacked up in some closet somewhere, right? What they want is they want the emotion of what that money can do for them. Okay, so I want you to understand something. At the end of the day, nobody's really looking for green stacks of paper. It doesn't even, like right now, I'm in my wallet, I got a check, because I told myself, man, I'm gonna go to the bank and remember to deposit this, or at least the ATM. I look at this and I go, this is just a check. And it's just got no meaning to me. But once that money gets into the bank, and then once I can take that money and spend it on something, suddenly that emotion of what I'm spending it on will mean something to me. But a check in my wallet doesn't mean anything. It doesn't even change my life at all. It does nothing until I utilize it. It does nothing until I go out and do something with it. And it's only the emotion that's caused from that. So money is a resource that's going to allow you to do things that are going to spark an emotion inside of you that's going to be motivating. That's why people want money. They don't really want money. So let's put this into a practical application here. Okay? Let's get some feedback here. What do you think the average car payment is for the average person that's making a car payment? How much money do you think that is per month?
$400.
So I'm hearing about $250 to $600 range. $350. Let's just say like $300. Flat number, give or take, $50. So $300 a month, right? So $300 a month is really just a handful of basics and a couple inner circles. I mean, holy smokes. Let's put this in a practical application. If somebody's only making a few $100s in their business compared to Layla Black, the comparison, it makes you feel like you're making small income, not even worthy of anybody knowing, because it's embarrassing or humiliating compared to, you know, Layla, or compared to, you know, some of these big leaders, right? So what happens is we draw some sort of weird comparison to other people. And we, instead of recognizing our own achievements, sometimes what we do is we unfortunately bury them. And they never get utilized, they never get leveraged, they never get appreciated. So what if you started transitioning? Instead of thinking about money, what if you started thinking about the emotion that money could cost. So get this. What if you were just to simply rephrase something where you said, hey, you know, so-and-so has been in this business for this amount of time and is already earning enough income to be able to cover their entire car payment every single month. So essentially their car is free. Their car is paid for. They got in this business, created a residual income that car that's sitting there in their garage, their driveway, is paid for. Imagine the stress of never having to worry about a car payment again. I mean, think about it. Imagine the feeling of how good it would feel to know that you never have to worry about something as simple as a car payment. Or jump it up to rent. Or jump it to maybe to something small like a cell phone bill. You know, something so simple as that.